Tonight, a tale of rum and murder. Los Angeles, 2003. It was around midnight on a cold winter's night when famed record producer and overall degenerate Phil Spector visits the Trader Vic's location in Beverly Hills. He throws back a few cocktails and then heads to the House of Blues. This is where he meets actress Lena Clarkson. The two go back to his mansion, and the next morning she is found dead, a gunshot through her mouth. At his trial, Phil Spector blamed his actions on the mysterious cocktail he was drinking the night before, the Navy Grog. This was at a time when ingredients in cocktails were still mysterious. You couldn't hop on the internet and look up what was in the Navy Grog. So the bartender from Trader Vic's had to testify at the trial as to its contents and potency. In the 1970s, during his presidency, Richard Nixon was known to sneak out of the White House, head down to the Trader Vic's in DC, and throw back a few Navy Grogs. I'm not saying that led to his paranoia that caused the Watergate scandal. I wouldn't rule it out either. While the Navy Grog cocktail bears very little resemblance to the grog that British sailors were rationed up into a few decades ago, it is inspired by it. The term grog was coined in 1740 after Vice Admiral Edward Vernon, also known as Old Grog. The Navy Grog as a cocktail first shows up in the 1940s at Don the Beachcombers in Hollywood, California. It was followed by a similar recipe at Trader Vic's here in Northern California. The Navy Grog is one of the most notorious tiki drinks, one of the strongest, and perhaps the most riffed. It's personally one of my favorites because the Navy Grog is less a specific recipe and more an outline for a cocktail. Generally, a Navy Grog is around 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, 3/4 of an ounce of grapefruit juice, some sugar, maybe a little liqueur, and 3 ounces of some kind of rum blend. That's a Navy Grog. A lot of bartenders will do their own riffs, their own variations. The recipe I'm going to make today is not particularly original. It's a combination of Trader Vic's and Don the Beachcombers recipes, and I really enjoy it. Let's make it. To start, let's actually move the candles out of the way. We're gonna need 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. Next up, grapefruit juice. Generally, you want to use white grapefruit juice. It's a milder, more rounded flavor. I can't find that right now, so we're going to use red grapefruit juice. If you're using white, use 3/4 of an ounce. If, like me, you only have red grapefruit, we're going to kick it back to a 1/2 ounce because the flavor is just a little more intense. Next up, we need honey syrup. Now, all honey syrup is 3 parts honey, 1 part hot water, shake it up, and it lasts forever in your fridge. 1/4 ounce honey syrup. Next up, Allspice Dram. You can definitely make it yourself, but I think St. Elizabeth makes a really good product. Hamilton also has a really good one. We're gonna want 1/4 ounce Allspice Dram. And now the booze. We're gonna start with 1 ounce of overproof Demerara Rum. I'm using OFTD. I really dig this stuff, but Hamilton 151 would be really great as well. You want 1 ounce of this. Next, an aged Jamaican rum. We're using Appleton Estate Signature. Any, Jamaican rum or pot still rum that's got a little age in there will do really good. We want 1 ounce of aged Jamaican rum. The final rum in our melody is an unaged column still rum. Something like a Puerto Rican or Cuban style rum. We want 1 ounce of this as well. We're gonna add crushed ice and give it a shake. For the glassware, you can really use anything. Traditionally, you use a Mai Tai glass. So today we're gonna use a Mai Tai glass from Last Rites in San Francisco, a really dope tiki bar that if you haven't been there, you should check it out. But really, you can use any mug or glass that makes you happy. We're going to garnish this with a little bit of mint, your favorite swizzle stick, and a straw. And that is the notorious Navy Grog. Let's give it a taste. Yes, this is so good. It's exceptionally rum forward, as you would expect with that melody of 3 different rums, 3 ounces of rums, one of which was overproof. And there's only an ounce and a quarter of fruit juice. You have that 3/4 ounce of lime juice and a 1/2 ounce of grapefruit juice. It's there, but it's not apparent. When you first take that sip, you are assaulted by all those rums, but in the best way possible. But then you get those sweet flavors and that earthiness from the honey that just balances this. You get the allspice, kind of those baking notes. It is crazy complex for what is essentially a crazy simple tiki cocktail. This is one of the simplest tiki cocktails you can make, but there is so much going on. And what I love about the Navy Grog is the flavor changes so much by little tweaks. Now, those 3 rums that I chose were what I like, but I'm constantly tweaking and playing with different things. And if I had switched out, switched out the plantation 3 stars and did something like an unaged Jamaican, like the Ray and Nephew, totally different cocktail, and it's still pretty delicious. I encourage you, make this at home, play, experiment. This is the best tiki cocktail to play and learn what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work. It's crazy fun. There are no rules, just have fun. And if you liked this cocktail, please hit like down below. That helps other people find these videos. And if you like these videos, hit subscribe because I got a lot of really great content coming soon. The next video we're doing is the Poison Appletini from Carthay Circle. It's a lot of fun, it's delicious, and I can't wait to share it with you. And until then, cheers.